Yo, what's up guys? Mayor Menace here, and welcome back to another video. And have you guys ever heard the phrase, what goes around, comes around? Well, it really seems like Nova has really learned what this meant this week. A good friend of the channel, Bloodspeth, came out with a video this week going over some new leaks, and I'm putting up air quotes as I say that because these leaks ended up to be fake. Sadly, to be honest, because they were real damning if they were to be real. But Nova took this as a moment to finally get that one up on everybody, claiming his first W. I really don't know what is up with these Lolcows and just trying to claim as many W's as they can this year, Cyrax and now Nova, but it ain't gonna work, especially in this situation. Cyrax may have made a fool out of Low T, but somebody is coming to make a fool out of Nova, and that's Neil Dinky. Neil Dinky, after disappearing for a whole month, has just come out of nowhere, probably seen the situation, was like, hey, I got more leaks, I'm gonna throw them down. Nova's not gonna win this at all. And he just came out with basically two little batches of leaks today, one of Discord DMs of Nova, and one of a picture and a real disgusting video. As you can see, Nova's just sitting there being a real disturbing, greasy individual, just being the pudgy predator he is, just the little Michelin man. I think it's also good that Neil Dinky dropped this little batch to actually prove some validity in these leaks being real. And I mean, yeah, he did drop the fact that Nova had ED, but voices can be done in AI, right? Not a lot of videos can be done in AI. You can tell the difference between AI and a real video. I mean, in recent times it's gotten crazy, yes, but when it comes to Nova, I think you're gonna notice something that's real between something that's fake. We gotta remember that Neil Dinky was the person that exposed Nova for that really weird Discord call that I covered a few months back, and here's Nova again just talking about that situation like, yeah, it was Neil. We're gonna get more evidence on him. We're investigating. This may have been from around the time this first came out, but to ban someone already from a server and to still be investigating them is actually insane work. And then to turn around and instantly start looking for mods on Kick, like you can actually trust someone in this space to be your mod, Nova, is even more insane. Here's another moment of Nova baiting with we all know, and him just talking about this argument that him and his aunt had that got quote unquote ugly. And this person's asking him if he's okay, and he's like, no, I haven't been okay since I attempted, since I squeezed my wrist. And it's just really pathetic of him to even be saying stuff like that. Nova continues to talk to this person more, and he gives more insight on why he even tried to attempt by squeezing his wrist, if that's even an attempt. Not making light of the situation, but let's look at it for what it is, just him trying to make people feel bad. But all of this was because him arguing with his aunt and a bunch of stuff going on TikTok. And basically, as everyone has been saying and talking about, and basically what Nova has been saying, is that he would be homeless without TikTok. All the money he makes from TikTok probably goes to his mom, and this is basically confirmed by him. Without TikTok, he would be homeless. Him and his mother basically wait on her social security to live, and he's just a pathetic loser living off of it, getting all these meals from DoorDash or these restaurants. It's just really disgusting behavior, him mooching off of his mother when he knows that she needs that money for more important stuff. I don't know why, but Nova does this thing when creators make content on him. He tries to play it off all cool and stuff, and he just goes and reports these videos and such. I mean, every other lolcow does that, right? But Nova doesn't seem to care that anything is coming out about him, really, other than the fact that 900 people were watching the live, that Lemur was showing off that day. I want you guys to close your eyes and imagine Nova playing Fortnite in his diaper with his binky in his mouth. Because the way he begs to play Fortnite with his friends, he should be on the streets begging people for a job. And back to the other point of him talking about content creators and such, he also does this thing when it comes to Kiwi and Smokey in specific, where he's like, oh, they're blowing everything out of proportion again. And Nova talks about being mentally demotivated. Nova, when are you even motivated to do anything? This dude just sits around all day in a grease ball and just yells at his mother, punching holes in the wall, and crying in his little diaper all day to his friends on Discord. What does he do? And when Nova's mother got out of the hospital, his friend or troll or whatever was showing concern, actually asking how she's settling in and all this stuff, just asking the basic questions, and he completely ignores his friend about his mother, but will talk about kiwi farms and will start talking about Minecraft. What? You gotta be so terminally online to just ignore the one actual humane question that Nova's probably been asked in a while. And the more I look into this little document of leaks that Neil Dinky has given us, it just gets worse and worse, because they start to talk about his financial situation and his mother's health, and he just brings up the fact that they have Medicaid and stuff. But Nova, Medicaid is probably not enough to cover surgeries and such. I really don't know how it works when it comes down to that. I never had a surgery myself, but from what I've heard and seen, most of the time, surgeries aren't fully covered. Boom! Bombshell! Nova's circumcised, guys. I'm gonna go burn my eyes with bleach. This screenshot here just really shows that Nova is easily gullible, because this whole conversation right here would have completely thrown me off. If I was on the lookout for trolls and such, this would have thrown me off. I would be really suspicious if one guy just came out of nowhere just suspecting the other to be a troll. I would think they're both trolls at that point and be like, huh? And start questioning things, but knowing Nova, he just doesn't question anything at all. He'll just sit and be like, I just want people to be nice to me and see the nice side of me and see the great side of me. That's all he wants. But Nova, the thing is you're a predator. Nice or not, you still like minors. Nobody likes that. And of course, Nova, to all of his friends, is just complaining about how no one wants to hire him, nobody loves him, nobody respects him, everybody makes fun of him. He's just complaining, but won't do anything to change it. That is just Nova's normal behavior. Just being a greaseball that festers in his room and won't clean up his room. He'll sit and pee in his diaper all day, have nasty stains on his chair, and have the most nastiest, greasiest hair, and the only thing he'll do about it is cut it. He'll yell at his mother, and he just will never change. Nova will just be Nova, and honestly, this drinking arc for him is gonna be bonkers. I really don't know how anybody around Nova doesn't know about his allegations, or they just know about the allegations, they just don't care because he seems like a really nice person compared to everything they've heard. It's just deplorable, to be honest. I really don't know how Nova has friends. It's honestly surprising, but I'm pretty sure that all of these were trolls. The Bloodspeth leaks from this week may have been faked and photoshopped or whatever Nova has said, but everything else that Nova's done on TikTok and YouTube is not fake. Him and the little diaper baby calls he has with those random children, or the calls he would have with his co-host, or the messages that they would have, those are all real. Him being a predator is real, and that is something that we can't deny. And when you are Nova, who talks to many people on the internet, and you are such a infamous figure on the internet as well, something will always come out about you, especially if you're asking for it, and Nova in this situation was asking for it. So, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'm sorry for not covering clips in this video. We're gonna be covering a bunch of TikToks and stuff on Nova tomorrow on Lolcow Laugh Line with me, Cheech, and Raul the Kid at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we really hope to see you there. So, as always, love y'all.